let's talk Heretic. The film was written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, writer duo who brought us Quiet Place franchise, and now they're back with a twisted puzzle called Heretic. We follow two Mormon evangelists, Sister Barnes and Paxton. They're tasked with converting a rather knowledgeable man, Mr. Reed, who actually has his own unsettling agenda.
Good afternoon.
Through three different perspectives, the authors are able to show us a scale of relationships between God and belief, from almost blind following to a filtered through critical thinking unveiling of the true nature of religion. I feel like the creators Scott Beck and Brian Woods chose the villain character Mr. Reed to share their own thoughts on religion. Played by the rom-com veteran Hugh Grant, he felt most potent and masterfully written, in most cases taking over the screen to the point that you forget about the existence of Sister Barnes and Paxton. He manipulated not only the supporting characters,
So which door?
but also throughout the film, the audience, letting you to make the right choice. To be honest, it felt like Mr. Reed was talking to me personally, just without ever breaking the fourth wall.
High five.
Hugh Grant, man, let me tell you about Hugh Grant. This man is really crazy. First, you see him in romantic comedies, and then the last thing I saw was Wonka. He was Oompa Loompa.
What is it?
All right, and now he just gives you such a potent and juicy portrayal of a psychopath. The range of this guy is just mind-boggling. We will probably never know whose idea was to bring him on board, but let's give a credit to casting director Carmen Cuba. In this case, they went with against the type strategy, which really paid off. Every detail of his environment was meticulously thought out and flawlessly executed. Like, check this cardigan out, okay? Kudos to the costume designer, Batsy Heyman. All in all, every department chipped in their creative energy to bring this character to the fullest potential. And you can see it on the screen.
Yeah.
Supporting characters, Black Swan, White Swan, Sisters Barnes and Paxton, feel a little bit cartoonish at times.
I beg your pardon?
But have really fun back and forth throughout the first part of the film. In contrast to Mr. Reed, they felt a bit dull and insignificant at times.
Mr. Reed?
In the beginning, the film attempts to create empathy for two young girls, but for me, this didn't last long after we were introduced to Mr. Reed and his fascinating persona. Personally, I found the first half of the film exceptional in the way that Mr. Reed lures his victims with conversation alone. I would be really interested to see the alternative version of the film where he never touches the sisters. It's basically them who physically harm him in order to get out from this prison.
What happens if we choose the wrong door?
It starts as a rather original concept, and then throughout the film, the plot falls into usual horror genre tropes with familiar devices. To be honest, the most enjoyable moment for me was a moment when Mr. Reed talks about different religions and he compares them with different iterations of Monopoly board game. The film slips a little bit into satire, which it does at times, but I think it just brings more to Mr. Reed's character and to his way of thinking.
I'm a baddie.
Nerd alert. Nerd alert is a little bit of a nerdy stuff right now. Shot on the latest and greatest and newest and freshest Arri Alexa 35. They use two different breeds of anamorphic lenses, Arri Alpha and Ukrainian Zelmus anamorphics. Cinematographer Chung Hung Chang, along with his team, delivers immersive and thick negative. In conjunction with anamorphic lenses, he brings vivid and painting-like quality to the image. Overall, in 111 minutes of runtime, I didn't have a moment when I wanted to take my eyes off the screen. Throughout the film, you always learn new things, which definitely helps to keep the audience entertained. And we sat down through the end credits while pretty much everyone left. We sat there and we watched the whole thing till the end. And I strongly encourage everyone to do the same, because we need to acknowledge the existence and sweat and tears and pain and love and everything of people who actually made it with their own hands and brains, not only above the line folks. After all, Heretic is a really, really solid piece, and it sparks conversation and really deserves a rewatch in the future. And hey, check out the A24 store. I think they already have a few items on sale, blueberry candle or something else. And I personally wonder if they will start selling blueberry pies anytime soon.
Do you like pie?
Yeah.
My wife has pie in the oven.
Thank you so much for watching. If you're able to like and subscribe. That's a choice. What are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments below. I really want to spark this conversation. Peace.